Interest rates are rising. Will the market crash? Let's find out. All right, so everyone is questioning this, and obviously I get a lot of phone calls about it. You know, when we have a new home buyer or someone wants to sell the house, they're still trying to figure out whether should they wait, should they sell the house. I'm going to share some market data with you, and that will help you decide what you want to do, and more importantly, you have a new perspective. I'm going to share a couple of slides. The first slide I'm sharing here is about the product risk versus the borrower risk. This basically talks about back in the day, back in 1990s till 2007-8, the banks with the financial institutes will come up with some fancy products like 40-year amortization to reverse amortization, stuff like that. Yeah, they would come up with those fancy ideas, fancy products. So those products were very riskier. So now if you compare this with now, there is no product risk anymore. There is only thing which is left is a borrower risk. Obviously there is a borrower risk. Whenever someone buys a house, they have a risk of not making a payment. So there is a risk on that side, but the product risk is not there. So basically, now let's talk about the borrower risk. Back in the day in 2004-5, whenever, you know, in those days, in that era, anyone can go to the bank and get a house with zero down payment. Right now, everyone has either built-in equity or they had put some equity in a house to buy a house. So very tough for people to walk away just because the value of the house has gone down. One morning you wake up and see something happen in the marketplace and you walk away from your house. That is not there anymore, yeah, because a lot of people have taken conventional loans, hardly any zero down payments, zero obviously when it comes to VA loans and stuff. So people have done that. So basically now there is only there is no product risk, only the borrower risk is there. So that, and there's a lot of equity built in. Now the next slide I'm going to show you, it shows you the mortgage payment versus the disposable income. This graph is based on the quarterly income for American household. Back in 2007 and 8, there was a 8% of income was going towards the mortgage versus throughout their disposable income. That number has gone down to 4%. That has happened for two reasons. Number one, the interest rate has gone down, so the mortgage went down. But the other reason is that the people are making more, American household is making more money, so that disposable income has increased. If you see that ratio, that percentage is about 4% right now. So basically Americans are sitting at the lowest mortgage possible right now at this time. So very hard for someone to walk away from the house and say, oh, okay, you know what, thank you very much, I don't need this house. They have equity, they are sitting on the lowest mortgage possible. Now, if you look at the third slide, it will show you when the pandemic happened, there were about 4 or 4.7 million people who wanted to file for forbearance, not for foreclosure, but for forbearance with the banks. That number has gone down drastically to about 700,000, below million people right now, and numbers are reducing as we speak. So basically there is the chances of having a forbearance or foreclosures have gone drastically down, less than 20% now. Now the next slide you're going to see is about the inventory. You see them in the US builders, they were building about 20 million homes every quarter. That has gone down to about 20% of that. Only 5 million homes were built. So the inventory, there's a huge demand. Obviously the population rise has happened. People are making more money. A lot of Americans want to get into houses. So that number is not changing because it is a slow process. So in last decade, you know, almost 20% homes were built. The most important is the foreclosure. Now I'm going to talk about. This is from the 7 different agencies, starting from Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Zellman to MBA, which is Mortgage Bankers Association. If you see these numbers, they predict that the market will go up by 9%. That's an average number. So between 8.5 to 9% is what is predicted. However, that number would be higher and lower depending on your market. If you are in South Bay, beach cities to San Francisco, Santa Monica, and Austin to Seattle and those markets, then possibility is there that the numbers would be higher than average American market. But those are the numbers, yeah. These are data driven numbers, by the way. So keeping all these 5 things in mind, take your decision, see what you think about it, and let me know what you think about my video. If you want me to answer any of the questions, or if you want me to make a video out of this, let me know your question. Would love to make it. And if I choose the right question and make a video, I'm going to send you a nice gift card. Call me if you have any questions, and thank you very much for watching my video.